something that I'm very passionate about is hustle. You know, it's a word 20 years ago that was very important and very popular. In the last 10 years, not as much, because now people are more thoughtful about burnout and things of that nature. And I think that's wonderful. A lot of people try to position me as someone who just wants to work, work, work. And what they miss is, for me, my work is my happiness. It's my hobby. But no level of financial success is worth your health. Yes, hard work matters. Nobody achieves anything special without hard work. You can't hope to be successful. It's like working out. You're not gonna lose weight unless you exercise and eat properly, period. Same with work. You can't just get there. It does require a lot of work. However, it's a very, very important time in the world right now because we're very fortunate. Right now, the world is spending a lot of time demonizing social media, which I understand. I understand why the world's doing that, but there's always the other side. And the other side is people are learning things that we would have never learned without it. We're the first generation that hears a million different voices, not three. The media in the 1970s in Japan, in America, in Russia, in China, in Australia, you heard 2 or 3 voices, and that was it. So what a million voices means is, yes, there's a lot of bad things you're gonna hear, but you're gonna hear a lot of great things you would have not heard otherwise. And that's up to you. To the point of NFTs and Web3, even in this short 2-year window, we've seen extreme highs and extreme lows. You know, I secretly, this would be wrong, and I want to be very careful when I say this. It's not that I enjoy these last couple of months more than a year ago. A year ago, I'm universally praised. The last 100 days, far less. I don't enjoy that. First of all, I definitely don't enjoy if someone's upset or hurting or things of that nature. But to me, there's something intriguing about building something meaningful. When you build something meaningful, how many people here are parents and have children? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have children. Can you ask that gentleman? So for all of you that raised your hand, and please repeat this, you know with children, there's ups and there's downs. Because it's the most meaningful thing. Same with building V-Friends for me. I'm not building V-Friends for yesterday, what the floor price was a year ago, what the floor price is today. I'm building it forever. And so I'm okay with the ebbs and flows. You know, when you're building something meaningful, people are judging it every day, but that's like judging a meal before it's been cooked. And so I'm enjoying the process of building during this more challenging time, because during this challenging time, a lot of the people that don't have the stomach for it are gonna leave. And that's more opportunity for the people that have the stomach. God willing, I live a long life. I'm 47. I'd like to be here for at least another 47, hopefully a little bit more. But you know, I'll probably take 47, but I prefer 57 more years. You know, for me, when I started V-Friends, I said, I'm gonna build something that's like, I would talk about Disney from an ambition standpoint, but the way I saw the universe play out was Pokemon meets Sesame Street. I know that these characters can make the world a better place. I know that I, as one person, over the last 10 years making content, have brought a lot of value to a lot of people. I think the most important thing to teach is the elimination of fear. I think fear is the biggest poison to children. I think parents use fear on children to make them do what they want. And so I do think critical thinking is incredibly important, but I think if you were able to build self-esteem, confidence, and if you're able to have your child not be scared to fail, then you will have a very happy child. You can have all the skills in the world, but if you're scared, you're finished. So for me, The meaning of life is very, very simple. It comes in two places: to be selfish and to be selfless. Selfishly, I want to be happy every day. I want to do what I want to do. I want to. Every morning when I wake up, I want to do what I want to do. And then selflessly, for me personally, I realize that the way I communicate resonates with many, 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 many people. And I find that most people that communicate in a way that many people listen to, communicate for their needs. And it's very important for me to use my voice to communicate, to bring value to others. Here's what I would say. Entrepreneurship, true entrepreneurship, you're gonna learn by doing it more than reading about it. You can watch all my videos, you can go to university. Entrepreneurship is like exercise. You have to do it to actually get it. On the flip side, a lot of people think that when I make videos, America has a very, very, very different university system than most places in the world. In America, the university system is very, very, very negative for the person because most Americans, go into debt when they go to university. Unlike most of the rest of the world where university is very low cost or provided for you, in America, it's a business, it's very expensive, and because every parent pushes their kids to go to university, a lot of parents can't afford to pay for university, so the child goes to university and they don't want to, and they collect very big debt. Not $5,000, $80,000, $100,000 with very high interest. So when I make videos and say, for a lot of you, you don't have to go to university, it's a very American reality, first of all, but it is a global thing. Here's what I would say. I was the worst student. I was the most self-aware that I was an entrepreneur, but I went to university because I love my parents and they wanted me to. I treated it as a vacation. It was a 4-year vacation. And I knew that the day I left, I was gonna work very hard. And it was true. For 4 years at university, I did not work hard at all. I played video games, I hung out with my friends, I played basketball, I played spades and dice, and I had a great time. And my parents were happy. So you could go to university and make your mom happy, because even when you leave university, you're gonna be a very young man. The other thing is, you're also gonna meet people at university that might be interesting, partners, things of that. There is no right answer. Everybody here has a different thing, but it is okay to do things to make your parents happy. It is okay. But you don't necessarily need it to be a successful creative or entrepreneur. On the flip side, a lot of people are not successful entrepreneurs or creatives when they decide to be. In some countries, like the US, every day, more and more companies do not require a university degree. Japan is still grounded in a lot of tradition, and I think it is more required. For example, in VaynerMedia, in my company, I have no idea. First of all, we don't require a college degree anymore, and that's becoming more and more common. So I think the whole world will go there, but to answer your question, it's a very individual answer. If you're an entrepreneur and you're a creative, it's not like being a doctor or a lawyer where you really need university. But I think a lot of kids now demonize university because a lot of entrepreneurs speak about it, but it might be a wonderful thing for you, and you're still gonna be plenty young to be able to do your things. You just have to make a personal decision. And by the way, you're only 15 now. You may change your mind 3 times, 6 times, 10 times before you have to make that decision, and that's okay too. The world today runs on social media. The world runs on social media. It just does. Meaning, it is crazy. For whatever you want to happen, as long as you're able to produce content on the 4 to 5 platforms that matter in this country or the world, you have a chance. That's crazy. You know, for all of us in this room that are over 40 years old, you know, that was not how we grew up. You didn't have a chance. Somebody had to discover you. Now you're discovering yourself. You're putting yourself out there. The biggest hurdle in the world is too many people in this room value what other people think about their content. And one of my favorite things about this culture is that respect is put on such a pedestal, like enormous. And I believe that that is actually even more important today than it was 20 years ago, because a lot of the rest of the world continues to lose its place with being respectful. However, there is a way to be respectful and still enjoy your life and be creative. And I think that is the biggest challenge. I think that this, and this is generalizing, the culture has not figured out how to stay respectful, but be able to be an individual or be creative or be disruptive. And that is a challenge that needs to be figured out.